Mirror of the deceased, I see the faces of the dead in reflections. Do you ever find yourself staring at your own reflection in the mirror, only to feel a chill creeping up your spine? It's as if there's something more lurking in those depths, something beyond our own perception. Well, my friend, let me tell you a bone-chilling tale that will forever change the way you view your reflection. It all started innocently enough, on a dark and stormy night. I was home alone, seeking solace in the warm glow of my living room lamp. As the rain pelted against the windowpane, I couldn't help but notice the dim reflection in the glass. It was almost as if someone else was standing there, silently watching me. I dismissed it as a trick of the light, but little did I know that this was just the beginning of a night filled with terror. Curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate further. I turned off all the lights in the house, leaving only the flickering candle on the hallway table to guide me. Slowly, I made my way to the bathroom, where a full-length mirror stood ominously in the corner. It seemed to beckon me, promising answers to questions I didn't know I had. As I approached the mirror, my heart pounded in my chest. I leaned closer, my breath fogging up the glass. And that's when I saw it, a face, not mine, staring back at me. The eyes were cold and lifeless, the skin pallid and decayed. It was the face of a dead man, trapped in the reflection of the mirror. I stumbled backward, filled with a mix of fear and disbelief. How could this be? Was I losing my mind? But as I glanced around the room, I noticed more reflections, and with each one, another face of the deceased appeared. They were everywhere, in the windows, the TV screen, even in the droplets of water on the kitchen counter. I couldn't escape them, no matter where I turned. Each reflection held a different face, haunting and tormented. They whispered to me, their voices a chilling symphony of despair. They begged for release, for someone to acknowledge their presence in this world. I wanted to run, to escape this nightmare, but something held me back. It was as if the spirits of the deceased had chosen me as their vessel, their only hope for salvation. I couldn't abandon them, not when they were trapped in this twisted dimension of reflections. Days turned into nights, and nights into weeks. I became obsessed with finding a way to free the faces of the dead. I combed through ancient texts, consulted with psychics and mediums, all in search of a solution. But each attempt ended in failure, leaving me more desperate and haunted than before. The faces grew restless, growing more distorted with each passing day. They clawed at the glass, their eyes filled with an insatiable hunger. I could feel their presence even when I closed my eyes, their whispers echoing through the empty corridors of my mind. Sleep became a distant memory, as nightmares plagued my every waking moment. I could no longer distinguish between reality and the realm of the dead. The faces in the reflections had consumed my every thought, my every breath. I was on the brink of madness, teetering on the edge of the abyss. And then, in one final act of desperation, I shattered every mirror in my house. The faces screamed in agony, their voices reverberating through the shattered shards. But as the last mirror fell to the ground, a strange calm washed over me. The haunting whispers ceased, replaced by a deafening silence. I thought I had finally freed the spirits of the deceased, but little did I know that I had only unleashed a new horror upon myself. The faces of the dead no longer needed the confines of the mirrors to reach me. They were everywhere, in my dreams, in the reflections of puddles, even in the reflection of my own eyes. Now, as I sit here, writing this cautionary tale, I can't help but wonder if you, dear reader, will also fall victim to the mirror of the deceased. Will you see their faces staring back at you, pleading for release? Or will you dismiss this story as mere fiction, a figment of your imagination? Remember, my friend, the next time you catch a glimpse of your reflection, take a moment to truly look. You never know what horrors may be lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed upon an unsuspecting soul. Sleep tight, if you dare.